Is it speech delay or autism? Let's find out.
Second night I've dreamt about you, babe. I don't know how I should tell you, babe, that lately I get lost thinking about you. I admit that.
Hi, my name is Ebimo Dogubo, but you can call me Posh. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. This is Citadel of Posh, basically where we talk about all things autism, dyslexia, all special needs, learning disability, everything. Here in Nigeria, we're here to have that conversation. So if you're here for that, let's go. So now, autism, speech delay. A lot of people are worried, and we're not so sure exactly what we're dealing with. So today I'm going to be talking to you about those signs. How do you know when you should be worried and when you shouldn't, right? So I like to say this as a disclaimer before I get into the video real time. I am not a doctor. I am a speech therapist. Basically, I do 3 different kinds of therapy: speech, occupational, and behavioral therapy. Now, I don't diagnose kids with autism. I am not a doctor. However, we as speech therapists are aware to certain kind of signs, and that is why I'm going to educate you on those kind of signs, so you know if you should be concerned enough to take your child to the doctor. So, let's go. Well, one of the signs of kids with autism is actually not responding to their name.
Responding to her name.
Madison, hey.
So you have a child who doesn't respond to his or her name, then it should be a cause of concern for you to start thinking of taking him or her to the doctor. Yes. So, and most parents usually think that the child is not hearing or has hearing issues, but no, actually kids on the spectrum actually hear very well, but they don't respond to their name, so that is a cause of concern. Number 2, finding imitation difficult. Okay, so most children growing up, they get to imitate sounds and gestures of an adult. You wave, they wave back. You bring out your thumb, they bring it out. But children on the spectrum don't actually do well with imitation, or they do very little of it. Understand this, that is why they don't do it. Okay? Oh my god. Ooh, I almost burnt the house down. Whoa!
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Number 3, repetitive movement or actions. Tegan! Say cheese! Say first day of school! Basically what this means is, if you have a child who does certain things in repetition, like rolling the wheels of a car continuously, or having a favorite chair, or a favorite color, or a favorite place, or a way they stack up their building block in a particular way repetitively, then you should have a cause for concerns. Never mind that some of these signs don't necessarily mean that your child is autistic. You still need to confirm from your doctor. And having some of these signs doesn't also mean that your child is on the spectrum. Some children are just slower than others, while some develop faster than others too. Like stars on earth, every child is special. Number 4, I hope I'm on the right track. Okay, so number 4, they zone out a lot, a whole lot. Like, they have different desires from us. The kind of things that make children happy don't actually excite them. You notice they don't also smile all the time, or when they're smiling you don't even know what's making them happy, because they're just in their own world smiling by themselves. You just see no one is cracking a joke, no one is with them, and they're just laughing. And then when you now try to make them laugh, you tickle, you do tongue out, you do some fun things, and they're looking at you like, I better get us. Sometimes they don't even look. And that brings us to the fifth one. They hardly make eye contact.
Poor eye contact looking past us.
They make little or no eye contact. So that is another cause of concern for you. When your child doesn't look you in the eyes, you're trying to communicate and they're not looking at you, then you need to focus on that aspect. Yeah. The next point, I've actually lost count, so please help me. So kids on the ASD spectrum don't actually do well with gestures. Yes, so this means that when a child is growing up, 1 year plus, they start doing certain things like pointing, waving, So children with ASD don't actually do these gestures. It's hard for them, except if they're already on therapy, or after a lot of work put in after a couple of years. But ideally, this is something that a growing child would naturally do. They point, they wave, tongue out. When you do it, they do the same as well. So kids on the ASD don't go well with gestures. They also don't necessarily understand these gestures. So when you wave at them, they don't know they're supposed to wave back. When you point to show them something, they're not even looking in that direction. So that is also something that should be taken note of. So another point is playing backward.
Backwards walking.
So playing backward here means that they do not play with certain toys the way they're supposed to. For instance, they can be using a toy gun as a car and a car as a toy gun. So their brain don't necessarily work the way it is supposed to, as expected. So they do things differently and unexpected as well. So they could do things backward instead of actually what the toy is supposed to do. So for a building block, you could see a child with SD putting it in his mouth or rolling it as a car, because they do not understand how building blocks work. Okay, the final point here is they pay more attention to objects than human beings. So So they pay more attention to objects than people. They find joy from playing with objects than really talking to people or being with people. So when you notice a child who prefers certain kind of object or certain kinds of toys, you should actually start thinking about taking them to see a doctor for diagnosis and all that. So these are some of the signs, aside the obvious, which is speech delay and developmental issues and all those other things. These are also some of the signs that you need to be concerned about. Now, if your child has some or all of the signs, you should consider taking them to a doctor so you could confirm if it's just speech delay or there's more to it. However, having these signs doesn't necessarily mean that your child is autistic. No way. Some children are just, slower in developing than others are, while some are faster. Like I always say, like stars on earth, every child is definitely special. So having these signs doesn't necessarily mean that your child is autistic. And also, some autistic children don't even portray some of these signs here. And because there are different kinds of autism, there are high functioning autism, there are different kinds of autism, and they come in different forms and they display differently. Aside also throwing tantrums and getting offended, also autistic children tend to self-harm themselves. You can have them biting their wrists, you can have them hitting their head or hitting their head on the wall, doing weird things that are weird to us as parents. And so aside self-harm, which is also one of the signs of autism, they could also be extremely hyper. Hyperactivity always comes with ASD. So extreme hyperactivity, when you rate your child, you see that their hyperactivity is higher than, the way it's supposed to be. They can't stay, they're always fidgeting, they're always steaming, they're always jumping, they're always doing things, jumping, playing, and all that. That could also be a sign of ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Meanwhile, finally, I'm going to have to tell you what autism is. That I should have done at the beginning of the video. I'm so sorry. So autism is a complex developmental condition that affects or that causes difficulty with processing information and communication. And that is why we have put in all those signs to watch out for. So because we're here in Nigeria, this is a conversation that no one really wants to talk about, but I'm here for you 100%. We're gonna have this conversation. Any questions you have, ask me in the comment section. I'm 100% ready and willing to answer you. Follow us on Instagram and like this video, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Expect more videos, more tips, everything else you need to know. If you have any inquiries at all, you could send us a DM on Instagram or to our email. We would always be here to answer you. So thanks for watching again. My name is Ebimo Dogbo, but you can call me Posh, and this is Citadel of Posh. Bye.